All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 321 of the Eddy Live Show. I am here with Mr. Dunbing himself, Jonathan Kidd. What's up, brother?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Man, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Man, when I met you that day, I was like, this guy looks familiar. And then when that video came out, I'm like, I've seen that video on my Instagram so many times. It's great. Congrats on the success, brother.
Thank you so much. And I have to say to you, once again, I am honored to be here in your restaurant. I remember coming here many years ago, and I used to sit right in the corner. I have to say it again. Man, it's like, it's a feeling that I'm going to meet the owner of this restaurant because it's the best restaurant in Taipei. So
thank you, brother.
Thank you. Yeah,
I appreciate that. Speaking of that, kind of funny, we've just got this. If you look over to your right, that orange plate there.
Okay.
We just received a top 500 dish award in Taiwan.
Wow.
Yeah, first time.
Yo, congratulations,
yeah,
man. Yeah, it really, the restaurant really is deserving
Thanks,
of
man.
that, you know? So,
it's funny because that's kind of stuff I don't usually pay too much attention to because it's usually like the high-endy Michelin stuff,
right.
or the very like the Din Tai Fungs and stuff like that. And when we got, that thing showed up in the mail, I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Really cool,
awesome.
man.
Awesome.
Really cool. Brother, but we're here to talk about you and your story.
Yes,
and we want to go all the way back to the Caribbean where it all started.
Back. Yes,
so tell me a little bit about how it started.
So, first of all, I'm nervous. Yeah.
Nah,
so
brother,
if I stumble through this, like, don't get mad at me. This is my first time. Cheers.
What do you guys say in the Caribbean? Cheers.
Well, cheers.
Salud, cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Yes,
well, cheers.
All right. So it all started. A little bit about my family.
Yeah, brother.
Right.
Let's talk about
I
the
am
family.
one of triplets.
I love that.
Which is pretty crazy. I think this is one of the most. It started in the womb, right?
Yeah,
I was born with two girls. Two beautiful girls, and of course they're better looking than me.
Oh, they gotta be pretty damn good looking then. Shoot. Okay.
Right. So that's where it started. I have one older brother, and I was blessed to have both parents in my life.
Nice.
And I grew up with them. Both of them are teachers, hardworking, middle-class people. And I went through high school. I didn't really like school that much, but so after high school, I decided to get a job.
Okay, yeah.
I got a job working at a copy center, working as a copy center clerk, right?
Nice,
so
okay.
I'm just photocopping. Yeah. This is a long time ago when
that's
photocopiers
the first job.
were,
I remember those. Sure.
You remember those days.
I used to cut grass, man. I used to cut grass.
Exactly.
Shoot. Yeah, man. I did all that stuff.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's
man.
good. So,
that's
how many jobs have you had in your lifetime?
Oh my God! When I was a kid, I did the newspaper delivery when I was a little kid, and then I coached a lot of volunteer soccer since I was little.
Okay.
And then I did all the grass for the soccer fields, and then I did a grass for like a golf course. And then I actually went to school to be a police officer, RCMP. Got all the way to the end, passed everything, physical, all that stuff, and then failed the last interview.
Oh, wow.
And they told me I needed to do get life experience. And so I said, when can I reapply? They said, you can't apply for 2 more years. So I said, okay. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to Taiwan for 1-2 years.
That's good. The rest is history.
Man, it's been 20
favor, man.
I know.
Now,
dodged the bullet, literally.
Yes, you did. You did, because that would have been a totally different life.
It's a life, man.
All right. So let me
tell me about you.
Let me tell you how I started. Now, let me give you the number. I have had 16 jobs in my lifetime.
Okay.
So we're going to go through a lot in this conversation. So I started as a copy center clerk. And I went through school. I went to school in Iowa, right? So I went from the Caribbean, moved to Iowa to go through school. It was a very small school. I was the only black person in my entire college, which was definitely an experience, but it got me used to, just being different, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And when I was there, I was kind of not struggling, but you know, like if my parents have 4 kids, you know, especially 3 the same age, one like a couple
that's
years
tough,
older,
man.
and all of us went to study at the same time. So
We
all
struggling
of us
with
lived,
one.
right, exactly. So
Yeah.
my sister, you know, one sister went to Costa Rica, one sister went to
Okay.
Buffalo, New York, the
Okay.
other one went to Florida, and I went to Iowa.
Wow.
So that in itself is
Shoot.
crazy. So imagine, like, all of us got scholarships. We're
Okay.
very blessed,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
to have
yeah.
scholarships. And what happened with them is that, you know, like the money kind of got tight.
Of course.
You know, trying to
Of
figure out how to
course.
pay for all these kids
Yeah,
and stuff,
of
even though we
course.
have scholarships. So
Yeah.
I started, like, I hatched a plan to try and make some money. You know, I'm hustling. I was hustling
That's
from a
when the
young
hustle
age,
started,
right?
man. Yeah.
So I started making music. I was always into, like, I did piano
Okay.
and guitar. I never learned the notes, but I just played by ear. So we
Beautiful.
grew up in church. I used to play. Thankfully,
Okay.
my father and mother, both of them played guitar and, you
Yep.
know, like little piano. So I learned it, and I caught on to, like, music, like, very easily and very early, right?
That's a talent, brother. That's a talent.
So that was the start of, I had this really good friend that was like a genius when it came to, like, producing music. He was very,
Okay.
both of us, of course, we were very young, and
Yeah.
I'm like 18 at this time, and I started
Yeah.
making gospel albums, gospel
Nice.
hip hop albums.
Oh, wow.
This is a long time
Wow.
before, like,
Okay.
hip hop wasn't a thing
Okay.
in gospel music at all. So then I made hip hop albums, and I used to kind of do, like, mini tours, like,
Wow,
across America.
really?
Like, I used to,
Beautiful.
and I used to pay for, like, let's say at the time, right? Hip hop was, like, there's a certain thing, you know, around hip hop. If you like hip hop, you know, you have to have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Timberland boots.
Okay.
But the Timberland boots were like $200
They're
US dollars.
expensive. Yeah, I
They're
remember that. I
expensive. So-
remember that. Yeah, yeah.
So I had to figure out how I'm gonna pay for
How
it.
you get those boots?
I gotta get those boots. So those are little things I paid to go back home, and, you know, stuff like that. So I started the music stuff there, and I fell in love with music. Like, I always say that was my first love, right?
Love it. I
So
love that.
after that, after I finished school, I went back home and started working at a telephone company.
Okay.
Right?
Yep, yep.
As a computer programmer,
Okay,
because
okay.
I forgot to mention that I was a computer programmer, right? I did systems analysis.
That's pretty handy. That's a handy skill, man.
It's
No?
handy now. It helped me a lot in
Yeah, I
my
bet.
life,
I
you know.
bet.
Even
Yeah,
though
yeah.
I didn't like school, but I'm thankful for the experience, because, like I said, like, it
Same.
has helped me make money and support myself, right?
100%. Yeah.
So yeah, I went home, started working as a but then I realized that making money in music is so difficult.
It's tough.
right?
Yeah.
It's not as easy as you know, like, even the biggest artists, like, if they have a big song, that's gonna go away really quickly, and then they have to move on to someone else. So you
Yeah.
always have to be chasing that, let's say, a hit or something like
Yeah,
that. I never
yeah.
had a hit,
Yeah, I understand
but I
that.
did win Album of the Year, which I
Hell
was very
yeah.
proud of.
I love that.
During that time, right? I won that award.
Beautiful.
And after this time, I started making, like, jingles for companies,
Okay.
right? So that was my, like, introduction into, like, the business world.
That's
you know,
great.
and like, kind of having, like, my own business of
Okay,
sorts,
yeah.
where I used to charge companies like quite a bit of money. Let's say $1,000 US.
Love it.
To
I
make
love
a
that.
30-second jingle.
I love that.
So I was, like, very excited. This is the first time I'm making some
Yeah.
money that I can put in my pocket,
Yeah.
and it's my skill, like, my
Yes.
idea of, like, how, like, music sounds and stuff. And I made some pretty interesting jingles.
I
But
want to
yeah.
jump in on that really
Go
quick
ahead.
because it's really important, because I know a lot of musicians,
Yeah.
right, and a lot of people that are very talented.
Yes, sir.
And they make their stuff that they like, and they make it for them,
Right.
And it's great, but if you want to do something as a job or as a
Mm-hmm.
business, you have to be able to fit it into that box in the market, right? And you figured it out.
I
That's
did.
fantastic,
I
man.
did. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And
yeah.
when as an artist, like yes, it's a very good point that you
Yeah.
have to make things that you know, like, feel authentic to you, or else it's not going to sound good at all.
Exactly.
But then if you can get that balance of making something that sounds good to you and something that's popular, and I
Yes.
think that certain artists, the most popular artists in the world, that's what they've been able to do,
Yep.
right?
Uh-huh.
Let's say Rihanna came from the Caribbean,
Yeah.
and then I remember she started making some music she started. Well, you remember Pon de Replay?
Of course.
You know,
Yeah.
Mr. DJ, man. And this is like a real Caribbean song, and then people. She wasn't that popular when she started, but then she transitioned into SOS. You know, she started making like real, like super hits, like pop music. And
You got to
people
look at the market and be like, this will fit.
And where have you been? All of my, you know, all of these things. And like in America, as you know, like only 13% of America is black. So you have to make songs for like white people. You have to make songs that. So she was like, she came to that point where she was like, okay, this is what people like. I'm gonna make that. And then she transitioned back and started teaching people about the songs that she liked. Like she made Man Down, like Rude Boy and things like that. She went back to her Caribbean roots.
That's beautiful.
And that the number one song, I think it was Work. This is a super popular song, but it's a Caribbean song. But people loved her so much at this point that she was able to, you know, bring that to someone.
She won them over first.
Yep.
And then she brought them over the bridge, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So good segue. But so what I did at that point was realize just how to make songs for companies that I think, of course, the marketers had to like it. If they asked me to do it, I have to make, like, you know, they say what style of music you like, I'll make that style. And then, you know, they liked it, so I was like, okay, I have something here. I can make things that people like, you know.
Yeah, I love that.
I guess, you know, it will be a topic of conversation later. Like, we can talk about that, you know, making something that people like.
Yep.
So, I was doing that, transitioned into jingles and just working as a programmer. And then I started my own website, right?
Yeah.
And this was
Sorry, it's okay. Keep going.
No problem. Yeah, this was an experience of like I knew how to make the website. I was a programmer, so I kind of figured out how to do it. But I needed, like, you know, you need graphics. You need a lot of things that are very important to making a website. You can probably do the back end work and make the
even
text
that's
show
hard.
up. Even that's hard, right?
Even that's hard. Yeah.
But you have to make like something that's attractive,
visually
to people.
appealing, right? It has to be something that looks good.
Exactly.
Has a nice flow. Has a nice color scheme.
Right. Exactly.
It can't just be like if you look at like a McDonald's, that everything they make is beautiful, but they probably have like the top guys in the world making it, right?
Exactly. Right.
Beautiful. Yes.
And
so you're learning this. Okay.
I'm learning this, and it was sort of a cultural website and stuff. Like showcasing culture as well.
Yep.
So what I did, I needed to make some videos, you know, kind of to promote it, because if you have a great website and you have like good talking points, you also need something, you know, like they say, if a tree falls in the forest, did it really fall?
You need traffic.
You need traffic.
Yeah, man.
So that I learned Photoshop. Like, you know, at this time, you know, I have little tutorials online, and so I just played around with the program.
It's hard. That's a hard program, man.
It's a hard program.
Yeah, it is.
And but I always like kind of had like a creative, you know, like aspect to, I guess, my brain. So
that's great. No, that I think that's why you were saying you didn't like school.
Yeah,
I'm also the same. Like I love to do all this stuff.
Exactly.
But in school, all of the teachers were like, "This guy should just like." Be a bricklayer or something.
For sure.
He's a dumbass.
For sure.
He needs to just do a trade.
Yeah.
Don't even bother. And you're just like,
yeah.
whoa. That's what he told my parents. Yeah.
That was my experience too. So I started making videos, and they were funny videos as well. And I started making some videos that, you know, made some traction in the U.S.
Beautiful.
Like I got like 1 million views on a video and stuff. Because like I did like a remix to a song, that was like a funny interview, right? A
Okay.
funny interview, like a lady was talking that, like, let's say the building's on fire and stuff,
Okay.
something like this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I put like a hip hop background to the
Beautiful.
music, and I cut it up in a way where, and this got a lot of views in America. And then I was like really excited, I made
Yeah.
a lot of videos since then. But
This was on YouTube,
yeah,
or
it was on
I was on
YouTube.
YouTube. Gotcha.
And
okay.
YouTube is really young at this time.
Got
so
it.
I was like, yo, this is so cool. But then I never got any money from it. That's the thing.
No monetization yet, right? Okay.
So I got a lot of views on the website. I started selling ad space on that website.
Okay, okay.
Until the point where, like, I couldn't do it anymore. But that made me transition to
Yeah.
one day, like a newscaster
Love it.
was looking at the website and thought the videos were funny, and they needed a television producer.
Beautiful.
So then I became a television producer as a result of that website.
I have to just cut
Right.
in on that because that's fantastic. And you were saying, again, you didn't like school. You didn't do well in school. Same as me. But people go to school for television producer. You got it because of the skills you did on your own, which
Yes.
is, I love this kind of a story.
Yeah.
This is my favorite kind of a
Yeah.
story because usually people, they finish school and then they go to college and they get this job because they, but they won't actually start it there. They got to be like a temp or something and they got to
Yeah.
move up. But you jumped right to television producer
Yeah.
because of the skills. Love it. Love it.
Exactly. It was like a blessing because I realized once again that
Yeah.
people, I guess, saw that I was creative and like
Yeah.
maybe that I could handle it and stuff, And like I approached that job like it was, the last job I would ever have.
Okay.
I used to, there was like long hours. Like I used to go very early, like at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And leave at 6 p.m. in the evening, and then
Okay.
just wake up the next day and go. Like, so basically I'm living at the television
Sure.
studio. But it helped me a lot. Like, it gave me a lot of experience just in the
I love that.
television industry, and
Yeah.
like making videos. I was like a morning. I made the morning shows, so I
Great.
had to like perform every day. I had to call guests. I had to make sure that the guests showed up on time. If they didn't show up, I had to have something prepared just in
Yeah.
case. So live TV, when I see this setup and you have the three
Oh, yeah.
cameras,
Yeah,
and
baby.
I'm just so impressed
Thank
because
you,
I'm
brother.
like, yo,
Thank
if
you, thank you.
you did that yourself, you should be super
Thank
proud.
you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, this was just, I thought I'm going to learn one software. So I learned OBS, had one camera, and I had like one USB mic. And then
Yeah.
slowly I'm like, why does the audio sound like shit? Because it's
Yeah.
one mic. You can hear people doing
Yeah.
dishes,
Right.
hear the buses, right? You hear condenser mic, you hear everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any, so I slowly started to switch out and piece by piece, then the lighting, and then you different people, different skin color, different light.
Of course.
Sometimes people are like reflective. I have like, sometimes they have
Yep.
like a black guy in, he's
Yep.
he's shiny.
Yeah.
Then you get a white guy in, and it's just like you have to turn everything down, or else he's like blown out picture because it's
Exactly.
really white.
Yep.
And then you have like all these different colors, and you're
Yep.
just like, oh my god. Because I thought just turn everything on and go,
Yeah.
but you just got to learn all this crazy stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
I'm very impressed
Yeah.
with what you've been able to do, and you have the switcher here.
This
I
is it,
remember,
man.
yeah,
That's the secret. That's the secret
and,
right
and
there,
You're,
yeah.
you're switching like the cameras and stuff. I used to be the person, as I told you before. I used to
Yeah.
be the person behind, probably telling the switcher. Like they do it like regularly every time. Like if I start talking, you switch the camera, and then you start talking.
Yeah.
And that's natural.
Camera one,
That's,
camera
that's
two.
yeah, camera one and stuff. But then the natural thing, like let's say if there's something happening, and the hard part is when you're doing like shows like
Oh, yeah.
like that, like game shows or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and then
yeah, I can
something's
imagine.
happening over there, something, and then you have to say, oh, switch over there, this person is doing this, you have to camera one, camera two, camera three.
You're
you know?
watching like 20 screens or
Yeah.
something, right? That's got to be
Exactly.
tough. Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, I got that experience. It was
That's
a great
amazing.
experience. There's some crazy stuff that happened during that experience. Like just the. I like the. I'm a storyteller, as you can tell.
Yeah,
like
tell
I
me.
wanna
If you wanna share that,
experiences.
I'm in. Let's go.
So there was this time, right? Because I always wanted to push like the boundaries of
Yes,
television, and
of
I
course.
love like TV that was exciting,
Yeah.
like surprise. Like
Yep.
there's this surprise element where you don't know what's gonna happen, right? So there was this one time, right? One of Bob Marley's sons, right?
Oh, nice.
One of Bob Marley's sons
love
were
that.
interviewing, right? And
Wow.
you know, like this is a huge deal in the
Especially
Caribbean.
because the Caribbean. Yeah, of
It's
course.
a huge deal.
Right?
So
Beautiful.
he comes into the studio, and before this is a Valentine's Day concert.
Okay.
So I am there as a producer, and I want to, like, I tell the host, there are two hosts, I tell the host, I want to surprise him,
Okay.
right, by getting his girlfriend, because I knew his
Yeah,
girlfriend,
great.
right?
Great.
She's gonna call in and say Happy Valentine's,
Yeah,
baby,
yeah, let's do
that
it.
kind of thing, right? So
Beautiful.
I said I thought I was going to be the coolest producer that ever lived.
Yeah,
to
of course,
accomplish
of
this,
course.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I tell him, I said, hey, no one knows. I just tell the host, I said, all right, just tell him that someone is here to surprise you on Valentine's Day.
Gotcha.
And he calls. The person calls. I said, okay, put it up on screen. So that person looks on the screen, and she said, hey, baby, like, and he sits there. Like, but he doesn't smile at all.
Oh,
right?
no.
He was sitting there, and then
Stone cold,
I thought it was very weird, and then the
Oh, no.
host are like looking around, they're looking at me like, hey, what's happening? And I'm like, I don't know what's
I know,
happening.
yeah.
It turns out,
Oh,
right?
no. Oh, no.
Man, like, this is pretty crazy,
Tell
but
me
it
about it.
turns out that he was there with another girl.
No. It's like that Coldplay
so the
thing.
other girl, yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
no.
right? He was there. He came to the studio with his manager, right?
Oh, shoot.
But then there was someone in the back, right? And that was another girl. So then
Oh,
that girl
shit.
is like watching the television, saying like, "Hey,
Who's that?
who's that?" And then, I almost got fired because,
Oh,
like, I remember the
shit.
CEO of the company was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And I was like, I thought that I was doing something like groundbreaking.
Island
but-
boy, some
yeah.
romantic shit.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
up, right?
But
yeah.
that was
okay.
a crazy experience
Oh,
that I have to
damn.
say that will go down in the
shit.
record books. But
Okay.
I always prefer to try doing something than to not have tried at all.
Of
And
course,
since I
you
could
have to.
could have pulled it off.
You have to
I
try
didn't.
everything, man. I
Yeah,
always tell
exactly.
like my daughter, you got to try. Just try.
Of course.
What's the worst that can happen? You fail. Who cares? The worst thing that could have happened was you'd have got fired.
Yeah.
When I was going to start this podcast, it was like 5-6 years ago. There were already a lot of podcasts. Not as much as now, but there were already a lot. And I would tell people, I want to do this podcast. I want to interview foreigners doing cool stuff in Taiwan. I want to share the stories. And if I meet cool Taiwanese people, I want to bring them on too, share the stories, right?
sure.
Similar to what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
And everybody just looked at me like, well, why would anyone care what you have to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
so
yeah.
many people tell me that.
I
And I
can
had this
imagine.
old customer, an old
Yeah.
white dude from the States. And he's like, let me ask you a question. And I'm just thinking, oh, shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And he's like, does the world really need another podcast? That's what he said to me, right? And I'm just like, oh, and it's a customer, and you're like,
Yeah.
and
What were you gonna say?
I'm a nice guy, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, I guess we'll see,
Yeah.
And so that's not what I wanted to say. What I was thinking was something else completely. Fuck you, right? But basically, yeah, man. So you got to just try.
You gotta try.
Yeah.
And I am so proud that you did.
Thanks, brother.
And
Thank you.
that's what we gotta tell these kids nowadays.
try it.
I don't really like. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, right? As long as you're not breaking the law.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go for it.
Just
man.
give it a
Go
shot.
for it and fail quickly.
Fail
so
quickly,
you
yeah.
can you figure out the next thing, right?
And fail forward, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like all this stuff that you learned in your TV
Right.
career,
Right.
you're using now,
Exactly.
right? That's amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit
Exactly.
about what's
Yeah.
happening now, right?
Yeah,
You come
so-
into How did you get to Taiwan?
Yes,
Where's that
exactly.
part fitting into the story?
Exactly. So after the television producer stint,
Yep.
I I started in this time. I think people started realizing that I had some skills in many things. I dabbled in like jingles for political parties and stuff, like, you know, like they need a chant for things like this. So I wrote like a lot of songs and stuff. I think I wrote a song in the Caribbean that won an award and stuff. This is like very old stuff, you know. I got paid for it, so I can't talk about it. But okay. So what happened is that the government like started seeing what I could do, and they gave me the job because I could do like so many of these things where like I would do like the videos, the music, and like, you know, I had the ideas as well.
I love it.
So they were like, okay, yes. So they gave me
and it's all self-taught. That's the best thing.
That's the best thing.
That's the best. You taught yourself all these skills.
Yeah.
So you're like this jack of all these things, and that's rare.
Yeah, I must say I'm thankful. Like I would say that it's a God-given gift. I can't say that like it's just me.
Understand? Sure.
But to be able to I guess to learn so many things.
Yep.
And like at a fast pace and stuff. You know, like it really helped me, and I'm thankful to God for that. But so when that happened, I then transitioned to being the multimedia manager for the ruling political party, right?
And this was where? One more time? In the States?
No, in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
So I am the multimedia manager, where like sometimes I guess I would be in meetings where they would ask me, so if you want like this social issue, or let's say someone has like there's a scandal or something like that, how are we going to change this into maybe something positive? These things like really happen. Or there's like this, you wanna make people see how much work the company, the party has done over the last 4 years that they were ruling, you know, things like this. And I was, you know, that was another job I enjoyed immensely, because, you know, I used to, you have to finish the ads before news time because they show it during news time. And, you know, you have like the schedules. I was already prepared for it because I worked in television.
I love that, man. Ciao, man. Nos vemos.
Yeah. So I'm like going the whole time, like working. Let's go. And that was my transition into that part of my life. And one of the worst parts about this is that, you know, when the party loses, you know, like,
of course,
you work so hard, and then after that you lose your job as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, so that's essentially, and sometimes it doesn't matter what you do as you know, as a worker, or, you know, like a part of the party. It's just that the people are tired of that specific party.
For sure. It happens in every country in the world, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I was done there, and I came to visit Taiwan, and I started, thankfully, like I got like some jobs to make websites for embassies here in Taiwan.
Okay.
Right? And I transitioned into that.
That's
and
amazing.
I also heard that I could teach part-time.
Beautiful.
So I was teaching right around the corner from here. That's where I learned about Eddy's restaurant, Eddy's Cantina.
That's what's up, man.
Right?
That's what's up. Yeah.
And that's where my story really started. Like, I was really here. You know, every day I used to come, like I said, to sit in the corner, and I used to teach at a cram school afterwards, and making websites in the morning and
That's
nighttime.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
Okay,
You're good. You're good. No. I'm not on right now.
Good. So, when I'm doing that, I came to Taiwan. Of course, there was I lived in Dan Shui. I had an apartment there. I have to say that Dan Shui has some of the best apartments in Taipei.
Shout out to Dan Shui. I love Dan Shui,
respect
man.
Dan Shui. So all the Dan Shui people, if they ever see this, I am, you know, like, you know, respect to where, you know, like you live and stuff.
Yeah.
I like to give a big respect to Dan Shui, but it was hard to get from there to the city. Sometimes there's only one road and the traffic is so backed up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you're there, you're kind of stuck there. Or not stuck there, but then you have like this long, like an hour and a half drive and stuff, you know?
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, that's the problem with Dan Shui.
Right. I did the whole, like beginning thing when you come to Taiwan, you get a scooter. Did you get a scooter?
Of course. I when I came, I thought, oh my God, this is crazy. I'll never get a scooter.
Right.
And then with my first paycheck, I got a scooter.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah,
And it
yeah,
was
that's what I
like,
did.
was it a new one or a used one?
No, it was used.
Used.
It was
and
used.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you
crappy.
run it like
yeah.
that. I did get a used scooter, and it was the best scooter in the world. It was one of the big ones. It was a yellow
Oh, yeah,
plate.
yeah, beautiful.
And I
oh,
was
wow.
so proud of it.
Okay,
You know, like it
okay.
was one of those ones that can go on the
highway.
On the highway.
Ooh, I don't have one
Right?
of those. Yeah.
But yeah, actually, there's a difference between the highway and the freeway.
There's the
I went on
yellow and the
freeway.
red, right? Yeah.
I went on the freeway. No,
Okay.
I went on the highway with that, and
Okay.
then I remember like hearing like this is just a cool story. Like the police officers, in the back, right? And I was driving like I thought I was fine. And then they pulled me over and they said, "Yo, you got to get off. Like this can only go on the freeway."
Yeah.
You know, I think the
I don't
right
even know.
place-
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm a native English speaker, and I don't even know the difference between a highway and a freeway. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
And yeah, it's harder to tell, especially when the signs are in Chinese.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Google, you know, what I realized is that
Yeah.
Google can tell you where to go, and is this the freeway, and this is the
Yeah,
scooter
okay,
route or the
okay.
motorcycle route.
Yeah.
So it was big enough to go on certain ways, let's say like freeways and stuff, but I couldn't. And so I got escorted off.
Okay.
Because they
Okay.
realized that I said it's just Google telling me to go there, and
Okay.
it's a cool story.
And they're
but
pretty chill, the police, right? Yeah.
I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah.
Respect to the police officers here
amazing,
in Taiwan.
right? Yeah.
They are.
Hold on, we got a comment here.
Sure.
Late to the show, but a Jamaican and Belizean in his bio. What's the connection to Belize? You have Belize? Some Belizean?
Yeah, my mom's Belizean.
You're Belizean? Ah, there you go. Because this guy Josh, he's
For sure.
he's the guy. His
Yeah,
mom.
yeah.
He's
Thanks
also
for the
Belizean.
question. Okay,
He's
that's
also Belizean.
awesome. Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
live question. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Thanks
cool,
for the
right?
question, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up to everybody from there. Yeah.
Yeah, Belize.
So,
yeah. Beautiful.
So
beautiful.
yeah, beautiful place, lovely people. You
Yeah.
gotta visit.
I would
the
love to.
only English-speaking country in Central America.
I didn't even know that until I came to Taiwan
That-
and met Belizeans.
For sure.
Because then I
And-
started speaking Spanish. They're like, no, we speak English. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
Exactly.
What? Okay.
Exactly.
I didn't know
And
that.
They can speak
Cool.
both, you
Yeah.
know, and some of the most beautiful people as well because they're mixed. Sometimes they're mixed with
Yeah,
Spanish.
mix is
and-
always nice, right?
and
Yeah.
black. So it's awesome. Awesome place.
Nice,
and
man.
and
nice.
like I would say it's an escape from reality.
Okay.
Or the norm, because like it's not like the big cities there are let's say one of the biggest streets there is what's called Albert Street, right?
Albert
it's
Street.
like
Wow.
it's like
Okay.
Taipei 101
Okay.
right here, and the buildings probably have like 3 stories, 4 stories.
wow.
Like you
Okay,
can imagine
that's
that,
cool.
you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and there's no buildings in 101 that have the, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
of
maybe
course, of
you don't
course.
see smaller buildings like
No,
that.
you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because they can't build that that high because the country is below sea level. So if they build it too high, the buildings will sink.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
crazy. I didn't know that.
But yeah,
That's a good fact.
Cool,
Okay.
like some of the most beautiful beaches. You know, like great place. Yeah.
Nice,
so,
man.
Back to what I was saying. So I'm here in Taiwan.
Yes.
Lovely place. You know, I have some difficulties, like I guess, like settling in. You know, because I have to get used to, like I guess, the lifestyle.
Okay.
You know, a lot of things, and I'm gonna say this. Not that I do this. Let's say I do this regularly. It's not
Got it.
something, but this is gonna be a little crazy. But
Yeah.
over here, something like, let's say, like I really need to pee, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's no bathroom around. I can't find any bathroom, and I'm a guy.
That's
of
Mexico
course,
style,
like, yeah,
man.
exactly.
Just go to the wall.
Let's go around
into
the,
the
corner
bush.
and just
yeah,
pee.
Yeah.
You can't do that over here.
You
Things
can't
like
do
that.
that
Follow
here.
the rules.
Yeah.
Do something. You know that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Definitely. Cameras everywhere. Everybody
Yeah.
follows the rules.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, I've been here for a while, and I know you've been here for a while too. But I think it was maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They like they've had crosswalks forever, right?
Yeah.
But they only implemented pedestrian has the right
Yeah.
of way, like maybe
For
2
sure.
years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
For sure.
And then as soon as they implemented that, people just stopped. Not everybody,
Right.
but 70% of people would just stop, or 60%.
Yeah.
When before, zero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was like Mexico, where you got to run for it, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got to run for it. I don't know about Jamaica or the Caribbean, but in Mexico, like even if it's a crosswalk, every time I'd go, I'm like, you got to run for it, man.
I have a video, like one of the first videos I made was about the crosswalk, because like, you know, like everyone stops and then you're like, hey, well, before, like you run for it, you just check if there is, you know, you look both ways and then you just go.
1, 2, 3, go. Yeah.
But over here, like everyone follows the rules.
Yeah.
That was an adjustment, and it sounds like a crazy adjustment, but actually, it's real life. Like, and it showed me a better way.
Yeah.
I must say that there's, and my father always used to say, Jonathan, there's good, better, and best, right?
Okay. I like that.
Sometimes
I like
something can be okay or good or, you know, like even better, but then sometimes there's the best way, and if you can realize what's the best way to do something, you know, you follow that, and you know, like don't say wrong is right.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
So that was it. We were at that point where I'm settling in.
I love it.
I moved back for a short time.
Back to the Caribbean.
Yeah, Caribbean. And I came here during COVID, right?
Oof, that's. I don't know how. How was that?
Yeah, that was
because you can't do anything. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. The countries in the world shut down. It was hard to travel. It was hard to do so many things.
The world was just shut down.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
So I remember talking to you, and I know that it was super hard for the restaurant business. It must have been the worst thing ever, right?
It was murder. Yeah.
But then what happened is that I guess the online teaching became a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was like kind of teaching English online.
Yeah.
Here as well. Right?
Great.
And I was still managing the websites and stuff, right? Because those are still functioning. But at the time, like the work for everyone is a lot less.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So then I came here, and I've been here like ever since, and I started working with my brother. My brother's company in the U.S. and I do some accounting and stuff for him. So that basically, you know. So a lot of times people would think like, okay, how do you deal with bills and how do you, you know, take care of yourself? Because we're going to get into shortly how I started like the social media like aspect. Mm-hmm. But you know, like I started, you know, so I was comfortable enough to have a lot of free time, right?
I think one of the things that's amazing is that you've dabbled in so many useful things. You know, like sometimes people learn a skill that's maybe obsolete. It's not so useful, but accounting is always going to be useful. Marketing, I mean, any business. It could be a restaurant, it could be a stand, it could be an online shoe, t-shirt selling guy. They all need marketing.
Right.
Everybody needs that.
Exactly.
So these skills are, I know that people teach them and there's classes and stuff, but that's not the same as doing them. As learning them on the job, right? So it's amazing to have this collection of skills.
And it's amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It comes in really handy.
Yeah, for sure it does.
When I like what I'm doing right now, right? So it gives me the time, like a little bit of like free time, and I have to be honest. I had too much free time. I was bored. Yeah. And I've always wanted to do something like with the videos and stuff because I had so many experiences with it. Yeah. And I enjoyed it. Yeah. Right. As I tell you each time, if I was working at a television station, I enjoyed it. When I had my own website, YouTube channel, I enjoyed it. When I was working for in politics, I enjoyed it.
That's great.
So I'm here now, and I said, let me make some videos. Yeah. And I started like doing like fitness videos, right?
Yeah, of course, fit guy, right?
Yeah, I was like, I used to just work out all the time, and I was like, okay, I saw like fitness videos. I was like, I can do this. It's fine, like whatever. Yeah. And those are harder than they look. First of all,
I would imagine. First, you have to look good.
First of all, you have to
fit,
look good. Exactly.
Right? Nobody's gonna watch a fat guy be a fit video. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It's true. Yep. Right? You have to you have to look good. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't, you just get. I've seen so many where people just getting blasted.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about, right? Yeah.
So for me,
keep going. Yeah.
I started doing fitness, and it was just something that I think so many people were doing, and I didn't enjoy it. You know, like it was just like,
it's really important.
you know, and there is a part of like, you know, maybe there are fitness influencers out there that probably would agree in some way, but I'm not saying anything bad. But then there's like a vain aspect to it where you always have to think about how you look and you know, all these things. And I like, you know, like everyone else, I like looking good, but I just like being myself. I'm not trying to like you know, man, if I don't want to like wake up today, and I will definitely probably dress up and things like that for the interview and stuff. But you know,
always
like every
fly.
day and having to do this every day, that just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and always filming myself every day, and
that's tough. It's actually hard.
It's actually hard,
yeah,
right?
It's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah. So after that, I started doing like Taiwan, I guess, videos that would help, like let's say a foreigner coming here.
Yeah. First time. Right? Yeah.
And these videos, it was another thing that I just didn't connect to, because, you know, for me, like, yes, it can help people, and that's what I want to do for sure, but it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't exciting. You know, I needed like kind of something more. Yeah. So I reverted to something that I knew. Yeah. And I was used to.
Yep.
Which is like seeing something and kind of like interpreting it in a way that people can find humorous, and like they can have like a connection. Like, connection to relate to, and they can see a point too. Like it's like a little bit, I wouldn't say that it's like genius, but it's just like kind of like a little bit, you know, maybe it has like a joke to it. Like you see like stand-up comedians, they have like, they're telling you like the punchline at the end, and you don't see it coming, but then you're just like, yo, that was a good joke. Yeah. You know? I
love that.
I try to do this.
It's a tough skill, man. It's not an easy skill to develop. Yeah.
I try to do this in my videos, right? And I started with the wallet video, right? Where I dropped the wallet, and I dropped the wallet in 1940, right? The year 1940.
Got it.
And then you see the years going, and it's 2025. Okay. And you realize that the wallet is still there, and the money is in there, right?
Only here.
And only in Taiwan. So I said, Taiwan, believe in humanity. Yeah. And I posted this video, and a lot of people shared it.
They love it.
Right? And they loved it, and I said, yo, there's something here. Yeah. Right? I can do this. It was just like, I just posted it. I didn't expect a lot of, it was like 30 seconds, you know? It was a minute video first, and then I shortened it to 30 seconds. Yeah. And, people loved it. And from that, I started making like a lot more videos. You know?
I love it. Okay.
The second one, I think, was the sidewalk video that I just, the crosswalk video I was just talking about.
But I've watched a lot of your videos, but I remember the Danbing one.
The Danbing,
That, I think that's probably the biggest.
That is the biggest one.
Like that one has popped up multiple times.
For sure. For a video. Yeah. For a video that probably just got posted maybe a month ago, if that much, you know, and it's like almost like I think like 10,000 shares, and like
it is
like, you know, a little more likes and stuff. Yeah. And every time like people are just sharing it because they wake up in the morning and they want Danbing. Yeah. But that's the thing, right? Yeah. This is something
that's
connection. It's the connection.
It's something that's in there already.
It's already there. It's relatable. Yeah, you know,
relatable.
Because
that's the word.
That's the only thing that I eat when I go to the breakfast places, because like I started like 6 years ago. You know, like I used to order Danbing all the time, and it's easy to say.
Easy to say.
And I just like, of course, it's just like a jingle. Like I just had the thing, I repeated Danbing in the morning, Danbing in the morning.
I love it.
You know, and I want bacon, cheese. Yeah. You know, give me, please. You know, and it's like what I try to do, right?
No dumplings.
Yeah, no xiaolongbao, right? So
yeah, it's good. I love it.
I break it down in a way where, like, I try to make it as simple as possible because I wanted the locals to like it as well.
Yeah.
Right? Because I try not to make things just for foreigners because the pool is too small.
It's very small.
You know, and then you can't really like get like, I think, the views that you want and the reception that you want, right?
Sure, agree.
So I said, why not try to just make it just in that balance as well? Remember, I was
right in
saying,
that gray area, right in the middle.
right in the gray area. Remember, I was talking about earlier how Rihanna started from the Caribbean, but started to make things that people like, and then if you get big enough, you can kind of bring it back to kind of what you like and things like this. So at this point, I made that song, and it didn't start like the way that like I expected it. Like, I didn't really like the song at first either.
Okay. Yeah.
But then people started like sharing it, and then I don't know, like
It's very
it just
simple.
became like
It's catchy, right?
And like, it's still to this day like it's just like sharing.
How is it
thing.
on views, man? Because I was trying to check out the view count on it, but I can't see
views are
it.
like, I think
It's crazy.
like about maybe 250,000.
That's
And it's
crazy,
just like
man. I love that.
A month.
That's beautiful,
so
right?
That's
beautiful.
good, and it opened up like an audience as well, where like I started getting a lot more followers and
people
stuff.
follow because they like that. Then they scroll and they see what you're
to see
doing,
more things.
and then they see like the crosswalk one, or they see another one I just saw pop up today was. When a black guy sees another black guy in Taiwan.
Another black guy.
That's hilarious. Because I have black friends that they always tell me this.
They
always tell me this.
You just nod.
You're
but
just like,
the thing is, right, that you don't.
Yeah.
You don't really you think about all these things, like you're like, yo, that's someone who probably understands my experience. This is someone
for
who
sure.
But then you never really go up to them and say anything. You're just like, yo, what's up? But
what's up?
you know, like you go. Very few times you actually have the conversation.
Yeah. That's
so,
too good. Too
this
good.
is relatable. You know, there's one let's say I noticed that there are like some videos that are very controversial, like the security camera video, right, where I'm just looking around and I see so many security cameras.
Okay, yeah.
And like I got some comments like, "Hey, this video confuses me because I have it got a lot of views."
Oh, really? Okay.
But the thing is that, especially on TikTok, like
TikTok's crazy.
Yeah, like I posted it, and then 1 hour or two, or maybe 3-4 hours later, I have like 2,000 likes.
Okay.
And like this is a lot of likes for that sort of time.
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah.
I just saw like the every time I load the page, it has 99 more likes, and 99 more, it just keeps on going up.
It's beautiful.
I noticed that this is something where some people like the cameras, some people don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that I don't like the cameras. I love the cameras here. It has, helped me a lot in my time here.
Yeah, sure.
But it's just that I saw it everywhere, and I was trying to run away from the cameras. And then
I think I've seen that one too.
Right?
Yeah,
and I see it in my
yeah.
refrigerator. But someone says, I've never seen a camera on a garbage can before. It's
like, come on, bro.
It's
not
obviously
real. Exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerating. But
some people they don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, it's fine. Like I understand that that's the game. Like when you post something, you gotta expect like you're gonna get a response.
You're always gonna for people that are watching, you're always gonna get like good response, bad response. My restaurant, so many 5-star reviews, but we've also got 1 stars. We got 1-star reviews. It's any industry, right?
Any industry, right?
Like it's funny because the guy sitting in the first the guy with the white polo over there.
Yeah.
I've had him on the podcast. So he is he's a young guy. He's a young politician here.
Yeah.
And he was with the KMT, right?
Okay.
But he's like a very very like pro Taiwan. So he says he thinks that Taiwan is kind of like ahead of China, and he says we can help China to develop better. And we work together, but And then I clipped that. Oh my god!
I can only imagine. It's going crazy.
God!
Because they do
people
watch
crazy.
over there. Yeah, of course.
So on Instagram, everybody's like, "Oh, you communist!" To me and to him, go back to China.
Of course.
And I'm like, okay. But that same clip on TikTok blew up. It's like, oh my God, who is this guy? We love this guy. Who is this guy? What's his socials? So same exact clip, but completely different audience.
Different.
Crazy. It was crazy, man.
That's
it was
very
funny.
interesting. Yeah, it is funny, and I just, and I can see how people like they get like they can get how do I say this? You know how they have the radicals, right?
Yes.
That are they are willing to like probably try and hurt you because of something that you. Nothing is ever that serious to me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I look
exactly.
at it like, as
Me
long
neither.
as it's not. I don't mind having a conversation and we
Yeah.
can laugh about it, and I can have a
Exactly.
lot of opinions because everyone
Exactly.
has opinions.
Exactly.
But come on, like nothing is ever that serious.
Well,
yeah,
that-
it's so funny.
It's like that dude, right? Got Charlie Kirk got
Oh, yeah,
shot
yeah.
over that's
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you see half the world is like mourning, and then half the world is like, yeah, he
Yes,
deserved it, and
he
you're like,
deserved
wow. First
no
of all, I
need.
didn't even really know who he was. I
Yeah,
seen a
me
couple
too.
of his clips pop
Me too.
up, and I'm like, okay, but for someone to get sniped in front of their kids,
In front of
that's
their
crazy.
kids.
That's
That
no
is
one.
crazy.
That's crazy. That's yeah.
Yeah, no one
but
deserves that,
That's
so.
crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy. Yeah, man.
So-
you're in Taiwan. You're out here. You're like, I'm gonna do Instagram.
Yes,
I'm gonna start with these funny clips.
yes, sir.
And then you start to blow up. And now you're like, okay, what's the next step?
The next step, you
Yeah.
know, is what I tried to do. Even like as I was posting the videos, I said there are very few, if any, platforms here that like focus on the foreigners and
Yeah.
a lot of times over here, like I interview like a lot of DJs because I
Yeah,
used to
I've seen that.
yeah, I used
Marcus.
to spend
I saw the
Marcus
Marcus
and
one.
stuff. Good friend of mine, but I noticed
Yeah.
that like let's say the lifestyle is probably not the same as probably other places in the world.
Okay.
Let's just say,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where like it's not that it's, especially if you just speak English, and
Yeah.
you're not in you can't go on television. You probably won't see a lot of foreign DJs on television here, right?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
is
yeah,
wrong with this. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
the platforms a lot of times are not as big as sometimes you would expect it to be. Because let's say if
I've done some of the TV things here
Yeah, okay,
back in the
good,
day.
good.
I stopped doing them a long time ago. And now I know people they love it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if you're like a foreigner who speaks
Yeah.
Chinese,
Yeah, yeah.
I've been on. This was a long time ago
Yeah, yeah.
because I stopped. But you go on there and it's all other foreigners who they also speak Chinese,
Yeah.
and everyone's just trying to fight for the spotlight.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm just chill. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't want. I'm like,
Yeah, have
go
at it.
ahead.
Have
You
at it.
know? Do your thing, man.
And
Yeah, yeah.
that's a good point
Yeah.
because, like, for me, I have not
Yeah.
mastered the language.
It's a tough language.
known as Chinese.
Tough language,
yes,
man.
I don't, and I
language.
love the language, but
Yeah.
for some reason, I guess with the tones, even though, like, I feel like I'm not like tone deaf, I can
Yeah.
sing and that kind
Well,
of
you
thing.
got
but
multiple languages. That
yeah,
helps a
just
lot.
like- yeah, that's
Helps
the thing,
a lot with
right?
the thinking. Yeah,
And
for sure.
for some reason, I can't like grasp it as quickly as a lot of people. So like,
a lot. I have to jump in. A lot of the guys that really grasp it quick, there are students and they go here to study Chinese full time.
Yeah, yeah.
So they'll do 1 to 2 years of like 4 or 5 hours a day.
yeah.
That's how they get it. It
Impressive.
took me a long ass
Yeah,
time to do
long
it.
time, I
And
can
it took me a
only
long time
imagine.
because I never did that.
Yeah.
I'm just working, So these other guys, they came here specifically for that. So I see a lot of these guys, and they're younger than me, and their Chinese is better than mine.
Better.
But they came here specifically for that.
Oh.
I think probably maybe their family has money or something. They came here. They don't
Okay.
got to work. They don't got to do anything. They just learn
Yeah.
Chinese. So it's tough. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a different thing.
You know
Yeah.
what? I have to admit that I am still impressed that you learned it, without having like set hours and studied and all
Yeah.
those things.
Okay.
Because even though like I try, like this used to be the place I used to take taxis from, and this is near the MRT station called. For me, I say Shipai or
Okay.
Shipai.
Yeah, Shipai,
I used
yeah.
to try and say it to the taxi driver.
Yeah.
And they would say, I'm just going to make a video about this because this is
You should.
hilarious. I would play Shipai, and they would be like, huh? And then I would be like, Shipai. And they would be like,
Pie.
what? But, I don't know
All
what
of
it
the-
is.
yeah,
and
yeah.
then they would be like, oh, shit, but and I said, but that's what I said. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
what,
yeah,
what,
yeah.
what did I say wrong?
That's 100% accurate, man.
And
Yeah.
of course, with me, you can tell that like I talk a lot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It can be a good thing and a bad thing sometimes, but like I'm used to like just being able to communicate. So then it hurt me in when I'm trying to understand what people are saying and trying to like I guess level up. You know, I
Yeah, it's
got like
hard. It's
insecure
hard.
a lot of times, and I'm just like, nah,
Everybody
forget it.
feels that. Everybody
Right?
feels that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
'Cause
said, go ahead, go ahead.
Look, I remember the first year I was here, you know, the first things you learn is food, right? Because you got to
yeah, yeah.
eat. I was here, I was single, I was by myself, and I like beef, right? So the first thing I learned was beef, like nil ro, right? And so then, you know, I go into this teppanyaki, I'm like, I know how to say beef, that's all I know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I go in there, and then I said, you know, like, do you have like yo mayo? I'm like, yo mayo,
Yeah.
nil ro.
Yeah.
And then the girl looks at me just like, so scared, like she saw a ghost, and she's just like looking at me, and I'm like, Nil Ro, and she's just like, I'm sorry, I don't speak English, and I'm like, Nil Ro. I'm trying tone. I don't know the
Yeah,
tone.
yeah.
And I'm just like, Nil Ro. Nil
Yeah,
Ro. Nil. And she's just like looking at me like, I don't speak
Yeah.
English. I don't speak
Yeah,
English.
yeah.
And then eventually you lose your patience and you're like, well, you know, McDonald's, that's where I'm going. You know?
Exactly. Yes, sir.
That's it, right?
And that's
for
that's
sure.
the funny thing. That would be
Yeah.
a video in itself. If I
Exactly.
hear that,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a perfect video for 30
Yeah,
seconds.
there you go, right?
know?
Yeah.
And that is what makes I think the content so relatable and
Yeah,
stuff, right?
for sure.
So, yeah, that was
love that.
my experience when I was running it and stuff. And
Yeah, man.
I ended up like kind of wanting to just make a platform
I love
for
it.
people who couldn't speak English,
Like a
I mean,
helpful
specifically
platform.
Chinese,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
also
yeah.
like just to make it like kind of like, okay, yeah, this is what you go through, and you know, so a lot of my videos, if you notice, I don't speak at all, right?
Okay,
One of the most
yeah,
popular.
that's good.
You
Okay, yeah,
notice?
yeah, I didn't
Because,
notice that until now.
A lot of things.
Like, remember Mr. Bean?
Yes.
Everybody, I just saw this video
Yeah.
of like, who was it? They played it in like North Korea or
Yeah.
something, and they loved it
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
doesn't talk.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. That's so smart,
That
man.
was my
Yeah.
approach to it. I said, like, there's no way that the people can't watch this, and just with the sound effects and stuff, there's
Yeah.
no language.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reach the locals like this. And I think one of the videos that I actually speak in it, that was really big, was the teaching video, because there's so many cram schools, and
So
there's
many.
so many like
Yeah.
kids that grow up in cram schools. And what I was saying was so relatable, because
Oh,
like
yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
like you get like kids with different names.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you get, you know, like everyone has the same experience
Yeah.
in cram school.
Man.
So it's really the skill maybe that you have to figure out what's the most relatable
I
for
love that.
specific thing.
Cram
right?
school's crazy. Yeah, yeah. That's actually
Yeah.
really, really good. I remember way back when I was teaching. I remember, you know, people at that time, Hello Kitty was you
Yeah.
know really popular. I think it still is, but anyways, at
Yeah.
that time it was really big. And you know, there was so many little girls named Kitty,
Yeah.
right? And like Kitty, we like Hello Kitty, and the parents like, yeah, she's Kitty because she likes Hello Kitty. And so I was like, okay. And then one couple comes in, they have their little girl,
Yeah.
kindergarten, and they say she likes, you know, Kitty, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
but we want to be creative, we want to switch it up a little bit, we want to change the name.
Yes.
And we're like, okay, so we're going to change one letter, so we're going to call her Titty.
Oh my god.
And they're like, yeah, so her name is Titty. And I'm like,
Oh man. Yeah.
I don't think that's a good name for
Yeah.
like a 6-year-old little girl. And they're like, well, why not? And I'm like, wow. If I tell you, you're going to think I'm some like old perv.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? But if I don't tell you, this little girl's going to have the name Titty.
Yeah.
So eventually I told the school, and the school's like, no, nobody's going to think that.
Yeah.
And so I went like all up the line to the principal, to everybody,
Yeah.
and they're like, no. And they never told them. And I'm like, yeah, well, so there might be a 30-year-old, or 25-year-old running around with that name
Titty.
right now.
Oh,
Titty.
man.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, that
Hey, we're
is
creative.
first time I'm hearing that. But yeah, they do get creative
It's
with
creative.
their
Yeah, yeah,
names
yeah.
and stuff. And
Yeah.
I do notice that with our language as well,
Hmm.
like if we say something like,
Let me get a couple more of these, man. Hold
yeah,
up,
for
hold
sure.
up, Hold up.
Yeah.
You want a drink, Zach? You want a beer or something? You
Yeah.
good? Yeah. All right. All right.
So,
all right.
so I do notice that sometimes they say something like, let's say you're spelling M-I, like Mississippi, right? And then you say,
Mississippi,
yeah,
okay.
you know, in M-I-S-S-I-P-P.
Yeah,
And then if
yeah.
you say P-P, they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, teacher, what are you
P-P.
saying? And then I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't understand it until later. I'm like, okay, P-P, maybe Pigu or something. You know,
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Little
yeah,
kids
exactly.
and you know,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and there was this song, you know, I used to play this song in the classroom. This was popular back in the day. Whip, whip, nay nay, and then
Oh,
nay
yeah,
nay was
yeah.
a song. You whip, whip, or watch me nay nay. And
Okay,
every
okay.
time they hear nay nay,
Yeah, nay,
they're
nay, yeah.
like,
They're like,
teacher,
"Oh."
what is that? These are the things.
Speaking of
that,
titties,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
That's
this
funny.
Is, yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
these are the little things that if you find something like this, and even you make it into a video or just explaining it, like
Yeah.
these are the things that people talk
That's
about,
gonna
like
connect.
at a bar. It's going to connect with
I
them.
like that, I like
and
that.
yeah, I guess I've made that platform out of it, and
Nice,
also,
man.
you know, the interviews and stuff. That's where
Yeah.
I
What-
feel like the stories
What,
are going to go.
what do you
well.
think does better? Because you obviously have the analytics for
Yes.
both.
Yes.
The funny, connecting, dambing thing,
Yeah.
or the interview.
Definitely the funny things.
For sure.
Definitely the
For
funny
sure.
things.
Yeah.
I think in the long run, oh man, that's a good
It's a
question.
tough one.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
I've been
tough
doing
question.
interviews for years. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. But the guys that have blown up since
Yeah,
I
yeah, for
started
sure.
are like,
Yeah,
white guy
funny at
eats
the end,
stinky
yeah.
tofu
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
night market. Oh, you, how sure.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah,
That's so
exactly.
bad, you know?
I think
Yeah.
that people do have that ability, or they do want to be entertained. I think, and also at the highest level, there's
Mm-hmm.
so many like so much competition out
There's a lot.
there,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so we're really fighting for their attention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So I look at it like this, where
Yep.
you know, they say you have that 3-second rule. If it's not
The
like
hook,
super
man.
interesting,
You got to have that hook. Yeah, yeah.
they're gonna leave
Yep.
and they're gonna watch something else. They're just gonna swipe up or scroll or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Sometimes I've had people that are like, hey, check out my live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and in the beginning is them like,
Yeah, yeah,
are we live?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah. You
cut
lost.
that off.
You, yeah, you
cut that
lost
part off.
people.
You know, like,
yeah.
and they're just like, are we?
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm,
Forget it. Yeah. I know. I did that in the beginning. I did that in the beginning,
Yeah.
for sure. It's
And-
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
And some of my videos initially, like I had to learn through it as well. Where
Yeah,
like
sure.
I'm like, oh, that's why probably it's not performing, because at the end it might have a great idea and a meaningful idea, but
Yeah.
then I lose people in the beginning,
Yeah.
right?
That-
So it's also like, I think you develop the skill after
Yeah.
some time, but definitely the more entertaining things and the things that like people will just share and stuff are the funny stuff. The interviews are usually for people. Thank you. The interviews are for people who are interested in that person,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
So
Thank you.
the people who are going to watch this video, right,
Yeah.
are people who are interested,
wanna know your
or want to
story.
know about
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
or you know, like it could be for many reasons, right? You see that the guy asked about Belize, that you know,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. They're just interested because that has something to do with him. He is from Belize,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
things like this, right?
exactly.
So that's why people will probably watch an interview, and they watch you, right? But then if you do something where a lot of people are like, let's say the last video I posted was about restaurants.
Okay. Oh, the
It's
lineup.
about the lines
Yep.
in restaurants.
Yeah.
So if I'm like why I did that video is that it was a holiday yesterday, and
Okay.
the morning I was at a place getting danbing,
Yeah,
and there was
yeah.
a line outside, and I was like, it wasn't a long line, but then I was like, I know sometimes they have this
Got it.
long line,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then I started just exaggerating it. Of course, it went back to like the time when the Aboriginals and the the old Chinese and all that, and then the caveman was here too in the line, right, just waiting. And I'm old.
I love the
thing.
beard. Yeah.
Right. So that's the idea.
That stuff is very, very catchy.
Yeah.
And the thing about the line, which is hilarious, is when Taiwanese people see the line, they're like, "Oh my God, it must be good," and they'll line up for 3 hours. When we see the line, I'm like, "Fuck, I ain't lining up.
I'm going.
I'm out of here." Like my buddy, my buddy came to visit me.
Yeah.
And there was a few places, like we were in like Shilin Night Market, and there was like the big fried chicken, the big G pie thing, right? And I'm like, it's all right. It's gonna be a long ass lineup. So he saw the lineup. I'm like, but he's never been to Asia. I'm like, you have to wait. Just wait. It's like almost like a once in a lifetime thing. And then he saw the line and he's like, no, I'm not waiting. And I'm like, man, you have to wait. He's like, no. I'm like, you have to. Yeah.
This is such a good point because
he didn't wait.
When I was making the title of the video, I considered two names, like restaurant lines in Taiwan, which is like kind of more general, or when the food is too good in Taiwan. You know, like it would make sense, right? That the line is so long because the food is so good. So I understand.
So you got these two headline titles, and you're like, what should I do?
The approach to these things is that you see the culture and how they view, like probably when the food is so good, like the line is so long. We view it as, yes, the line is long, the food probably is good, but we need to eat right now. I need to.
I got no patience. Hold on, we got another live question here. Sure. So Tyler Hong, my mom did the same thing. Police officer in Paris. We were answering the phone in English. She interrupted him and said, "English, please." Oh,
English,
that's hilarious. Okay. They answered in English and they interrupted and said English. Yeah. It happens. It happens all the time. People would always. I remember I was in Carrefour, and again, I at the time I had already spoke Chinese, right? And so, there's this lady selling almond milk at the end of the till. She's giving samples. And she's, there, and all the Taiwanese are like, no. And then I got there, and I'm like, first, I like almond milk. Second, smells good. Third, I'm like, no one's buying. I feel bad now. Right? I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this sample, then I will buy one. Even if it's not that good, I'm still going to buy one. It's probably like 30 NT or something. And then when I got there, one lady told the other lady giving samples in Chinese. She's like, don't give to him. He's not going to buy. He doesn't speak Chinese. And I'm like,
oh my goodness.
What? I'm like, I do speak Chinese. And she's just like, and well, do you want it? Well, now I don't. Now I don't. I was going to buy one.
Funny, man.
It's crazy, man. So what inspires you? Obviously, the day-to-day things are inspiring you.
Yes.
So how often are you posting? Like, what's kind of like the main motivation and inspiration for you to be like the dambing in the morning, stuff like that? Like, bam, because you get dambing in the morning.
Well,
and how do you keep coming up with these?
Right, I'll be honest, right? I walk in the mornings, and it's a habit of mine. I have a long list. It's like a thing where, like, even like we're talking, and when you were explaining, like, you were like, oh. I started thinking while you were talking that I said, one of these days I have to make a video that they start like it's like a choir, like everyone starts singing, and there's the alto and the tenor. You're trying to so it turns into a choir. You're actually trying to make them understand what you're saying in Chinese because of the tones. I'm planning a video while you're talking, so it's like something where
spark.
It's just the experiences, and then I think the more I've kind of trained my brain to look at these little things. I used to do it before I made videos, but then and it's just like music too. Like, what inspires someone to make music is like your life experiences, your everyday experiences.
I love that.
So I'm always, because of course I would like to make it officially like my livelihood, where this is all I do. So I am like always going back to that. Always, like, in everything that I do, in everything that I hear, it's always saying, like, what could I make out of it?
I love that.
Just life inspires
I love that.
me.
I actually, I also watch a lot of podcasts, right? And somebody was explaining something similar, and then the host is like, okay, so when you came here, how
Yeah.
many red cars did you see on the way? Like, so I'll ask you, how many red
Yeah.
cars did you see on the way coming to the restaurant?
Red cars.
Red cars. Yeah.
I didn't see any.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So he said, okay, if I told you before you came here, every time you see a red car, I'm going to give you $100 for every red car. How many red cars would you see?
I would be looking everywhere.
Everywhere, right?
It's a good
Similar
point.
thing, right?
Similar thing, because
right?
This is where
I
we
love
make
that.
the money. Yeah,
I love it.
So, and especially now, what inspires me too is to see that people like connect with it and are looking, because if I just started like a couple, like 2-3 months, you know, and then like
Amazing.
let's say I feel like I've grown so much,
Huge.
you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not that like I said, I didn't do something that was like, I guess, cookie cutter, like
Yeah.
you know, like talking about tofu, and I'm speaking
God.
Chinese as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like, okay, the
appreciate that.
response. I
Yeah.
appreciate the response. So
Yeah.
I'm like trying to give people who watch me like something to laugh and smile about every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And people are always curious about foreign. Like if you go,
Yeah.
here's one for you. When you go grocery shopping in Costco, everybody's looking in there.
Yeah,
Everybody's trying to see
For
what
sure.
you bought. Right?
sure.
They're like, what does this guy eat?
Yeah, for sure.
We're in the same store. We're buying the same
are.
thing, you know. Like,
100%.
they're like, oh, what is he putting in his, his buggy, right?
Yep.
So every time you go in, when I go, people would just stare like,
Yeah.
what is this guy buying? What does this guy eat?
Yep.
I'm like the same thing that's here. It's the same,
Same thing
store,
that- yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
it's funny, man.
And
yeah.
and I'd also like to even back to your question about like, you know, sometimes like what's my goal in even making the videos and for the future is to kind of, there's not a gap between the cultures presently, but then, you know, of course, because of like, I guess the relations with other countries and stuff, the Taiwan
Yeah,
relations
yeah.
with other countries,
Yeah.
like less countries are here, or less representation.
People
Like, we
don't
have
know
culture
about this
everywhere, but
place.
yeah, they don't know that much. So
It's a great
I would
place.
like to like, not like, I don't want to say bridge the gap, because there's not like a gap,
Yeah.
but then the gap, or so to speak, when it comes to like the understanding cultures and
Yeah.
just being kind of together. And sometimes like when I'm walking, I used to be very like weirded out when people like stare
Oh, yeah.
at me. I'm like,
Of course.
we've never seen a black person
Yeah.
before, or it's
Takes a
not
while.
common. For me, I would like it to be like something like just normal. Like you see a black person, hey, it's normal, because you're used to seeing it. I want to
Yeah.
make my presentation or my representation here so big, so like you see it everywhere, and you're just
Yeah.
like, you know, like, because, you know, I don't want to be hidden, like, you know, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's a foreigner, and yeah, in that area in Tianmu they have one foreigner there.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a black guy that
There's a
walks
black guy
around
there.
in the morning at 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah.
I don't want to be like that. I want to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, like we're bigger,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. So
I-
just the representation of a
Beautiful.
foreigner, I want to, you know, like,
I love that.
a big personality too, right?
I love it, and I also what people don't realize is like we're here.
Yeah.
Like you're a black guy from Caribbean. There's not that many here, right? So when you're here and people meet you, Taiwanese people meet you
Yeah.
anywhere, people meet you from anywhere.
Yeah.
The way you are represents your
Yeah.
country,
Right.
represents the area you're from,
100%.
Because people will be like, "Oh, I know this. I know a black dude from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Fucking great guy."
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
if there's another black dude from the Caribbean, I assume this is a fucking great guy.
Yeah.
Because the guy that I know is a great guy.
Yeah.
So that goes both ways, right?
Hey.
I've met so many people that are like, oh, I know Canadians.
yeah.
They're,
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I'm like, hey, I'm not that guy.
Listen,
you know?
for me too,
Yeah.
when I look at this,
Yeah.
I would want to, like I said, the representation. I
Yep.
want to make sure that people think that, you know, like I said, I want to make sure that make foreigners cool again. You know, like, you know,
Do
this
it.
kind of thing.
I'll wear it.
Yeah, right?
I'd wear it. I'd sell
because
it.
yeah, it's like, yo, foreigners, like, you know, it's not that, you know, I got this presentation when I just got here, especially for teachers, where it's like the people who can't get jobs anywhere else, they come
Oh, yeah.
here and teach.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I've heard
you know,
that.
like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And then no, we come here a lot of times because it's a great country.
It's a great place.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's not just because like, okay, like life is so hard over there and we can't make. Of course, we can make
We can make it anywhere.
money. Yeah, anywhere,
of course.
right?
Yeah.
But Taiwan is awesome.
It's a
Where
great
else
place.
can you leave your wallet and find it the next day?
Go to
And-
Starbucks, leave all your gear there.
Right, exactly,
It's
and
crazy.
contribute to the society.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say when I'm just using this as an example, right?
Yeah.
Let's say if I'm looking for like a car to buy, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, how are they going to perceive me now? This is like
Yeah,
this is
that's
super
tough.
material things. It's not like I don't want to like present this like, hey, like this is what you should do. But then I'm like, man, I want to buy a Benz. You
Okay.
understand? Because
Yeah, yeah.
I want them to see
Yeah.
that like we're out here and we're living good
Yeah.
too. Like you know, it's not like we're struggling and we're
We're all
living
people,
just as
man.
good as
We're doing
everyone else.
good.
And
Yeah, yeah.
it's nice. Like I like nice things just like you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I like to, you know, like these kind of things,
Yeah.
like for foreigners, just the presentation. That's all
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
Like so, that's my thing. You know.
I think, I mean, when I taught English, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure.
I've coached soccer since I was a
Yeah.
kid. So it's very similar. I
Yeah.
like kids. Like right now, I'm doing the hybrid homeschool thing with my daughter. I love it. I help
That's
other
awesome.
people with their kids sometimes. I love that. I always have like a really good relationship with
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I go to a party and it's all like middle-aged people,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
for
we're
sure.
middle-aged. We all got kids.
Yeah.
I have more fun playing video games with the kids than hearing, you know, the guys bitch about their wives or
Yeah.
or the wives, you know, bitch about the husbands or whatever. I have more fun
Yeah.
playing Switch or playing Roblox with the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I'll like just dip out and I'll play Roblox
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
kids. And
That is
I
awesome.
love teaching, man.
And
I had
yeah.
a great time. And that I taught so long ago here that the kids that I taught kindergarten to my first year,
Yeah,
the kids that I coached
Yeah.
15 or whatever
Yeah.
years ago, they still come here to visit me.
Yeah.
They come with like their wife, they come with their
Crazy.
babies.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like I made this huge impact on these kids because I like kids.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I'm not an educated teacher. Like I didn't study to be a teacher. I just
Right.
like people and I like
People.
kids. So it's like
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that teach here that hate it, right? But they do it because it's pretty easy money, right? Go to school drunk,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hungover, whatever. I never did that because I like
Yeah.
kids and I
You
have a
like
good
kids.
time and the morning exercises. It's
Yeah,
fun. I enjoy it
exactly.
and I like kids. I feel like kids always kind of keep you somewhat young. You know,
Yeah,
you're
for
young,
sure.
you're running around. It's
For
good.
sure.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
For sure.
So people to blast that,
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's not cool because
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. People are like, oh man, you're so lucky you got out of teaching.
Yeah,
I'm like, I only stopped because we got busy.
Precisely.
I did a summer camp. I did
Yeah,
3
yeah.
summer camps this summer because it was pretty easy money and it was fun and I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing is that
Yeah.
I think your quality of life is well rounded. You
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
You know, so if there's anything in here, there's people in here, the kids come in here, you can talk to the kids too. Some people are antisocial.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, and like super successful, but they
Yeah.
just don't, you
Yeah.
know, they don't have that experience.
That communication
yeah,
skill
exactly.
is so important.
It's so important,
It's that
right?
one thing I always teach the kids that I
100%.
teach. My daughter is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
sometimes she'll feel shy. I'm like, I grew up shy. So then when I came to Taiwan, I was
Yeah.
like, I can't be shy because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
getting anywhere if I'm shy.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, no. So I pushed it. So I tell her, like, you're not allowed to be shy.
Not
You just
allowed.
go for it. man.
100%.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah, so big
Yeah, brother.
respect to all of the
Gotta try it.
teachers and
Yeah, man,
all of
for
that.
sure.
Like
I love it.
all the foreigners doing something over here,
I think
man.
it's
Like,
great.
you know, and what I think too is that we need to, I guess, come together more.
I
A lot
agree.
of times, like
I
I would
agree.
go to Maji and just look at like so many foreigners out there. Just
Yeah.
you know, that's a great place actually
Great spot,
to
yeah.
meet people. In case, like, I guess some people just came here. I don't know who's listening, but
Yeah.
you know, for people to actually meet other foreigners, sometimes it's good, you know,
Yeah.
to
Sure.
to just have that fellowship,
Of
as,
course,
as they
yeah.
say.
And
you
it's
know?
funny because when you're here, it's either local or foreigner.
Yeah.
So like when you're a foreigner,
Yeah.
you could be white, black, brown.
Yeah, yeah,
Doesn't really matter.
for sure.
You're a foreigner.
You're a foreigner.
So you're just kind of like lumped into one
Yeah.
group, which is I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
actually.
it
Yeah, I
is.
think it's good, man.
It is. It is.
Yeah, man.
It's working, man.
What? I don't know. I think we hit most of the topics that I
We
want to
did.
hit.
We most
Is there
certainly
anything
did.
that we missed?
All right.
man? Yeah.
I would
what are you
say,
thinking?
So, what is a good segue into what I'm doing right now is finishing the website, right?
Yes,
I
yes,
have
yes, yes.
That website is going to be called, like, of course, Foreign Footprints.
Sorry.
Foreign
It's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I
just
have
hit it. It's all good.
foreignfootprintstw.com, right?
Yep. That.
It's gonna be a forum, right?
I like that. Yeah.
A forum, and it's something like for all the experiences. I noticed that a lot of people have these experiences here on different topics, like let's say getting a visa.
100%.
Some people come here and then fly out for 2 days and come back and then renew their visa and then try to get a teaching license and all of these things, and it's changing every day. But the government websites sometimes don't change every day.
Not in English.
Or not in English either.
Not at all.
But then I
Yeah.
noticed there is a need there for
Huge.
like kind of up to date information.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Zach,
where
take care, brother.
Take care,
Thanks,
man. Good to see you.
See you soon, yeah?
Yeah,
when are you
good,
guys
good.
playing again? Soon? Oh, up here? Okay, all right. Keep it tight,
all
man.
right. Take it easy, man.
See you,
Bye.
brother.
So what it is it's going to be like a website that helps foreigners, and locals can check it out too, because there's going to be a blog section, right? Where every time like anything that happens, you can check it out, like an update, like you can give your experience about what happened there, what happened here.
I think that's
things
really
like that.
important. I think
Yeah.
that's important because there are like Facebook groups that do that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times what you see in Facebook groups, someone asks a genuine question and then maybe someone will answer it.
Yeah.
But usually the people that have been here for a long
Yeah.
time, the grumpy old guy will just rip into him. Oh, you're a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah. Get out of this country
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't. You're like, what?
Oh my goodness.
You're like, damn, I just asked the question, man.
Some people are so
It's
unhappy.
crazy.
Why do they talk to other people like this?
Yeah, well,
It's
I don't
so
know what they're
unnecessary.
so mad about.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I hate this country. Well,
Yeah.
why are you here?
And the beautiful thing
Right?
is that it's my platform, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be like regulated, I guess, the same way as Facebook or
Sure,
Instagram.
sure.
And then I don't have to worry, because I could have started a Facebook group, let's say, and I know there are many of
There's
those
lots
that
of those,
exist.
yeah.
But then this is going to put it in like a certain what do you say, like categories?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
where
yeah.
they're going to have this specific category, that category, and you can just
Beautiful.
check. And if you want to update on certain things, there's a part for it where it's for countries as well. Like
Okay.
it's kind of like a social media site where you
I
can
love
see
that.
all the Filipinos here, you can see
Nice.
all the Indonesian people,
Love
you
it.
can see all the Belizeans, things like this, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the future
I
of
love
Foreign
that.
Footprints, right?
Okay.
And also, of course, the clothing. You can't
There
really
you go,
see
there
it.
you go.
Hold on.
Powered
You can't
by
really see it.
NTD,
Powered by
man.
NTD.
Ah, man,
It's
I'll take one, yeah.
Basically
the
my
merch, baby.
merch, right?
Let's get it.
And because you got to go straight to, we're not running a charity. You got to go straight
No, you
to
have
the
to make money.
as well.
That's the thing.
Right?
That's the thing.
And I
Yeah.
have this idea that would be relatable to locals and stuff, because everyone, that's all we work for is that NTD.
That's the truth.
And a lot of people, I got a lot of good response, a lot of, like, as you would say, like verbal pre-orders. Like,
Yeah.
people are like, just when are you going to finish
When they're ready, let's
production?
go.
So they're in production right now, and I have
Awesome.
like a few designs that I have on the website that people can check out,
I have your Instagram in the description
Yes.
below, but if you give me the website, I'll also put it below
The
there.
website is foreignfootprintstw.com.
Foreign Footprints.
Right.
And will the interviews be up there as well?
Yes,
or-
the interviews
okay.
are going to be up there, and the website is not completely finished yet. I'm still working on it,
That's okay,
but
that's okay.
it's gonna. I know
Yeah.
by the time like this is out, and definitely in the future, I want to just get it in there because I'm about to
Of
launch
course,
it
of
this
course.
week.
Beautiful.
And you're gonna see that on Instagram as well as the YouTube channel. That the
Love it.
full interviews are going to be there, because I have
Nice.
a lot of interviews
I
that
love
I'm
it.
working on and stuff that I'm going to be posting.
Okay. Nice.
And yeah.
I love it,
Just
brother.
do it, man. That's the-
beautiful.
that's the
You got to
future.
just keep going, right? You
Gotta
got to keep
keep
doing
going.
it. Yeah.
So-
and you have to make money.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
do stuff for free.
exactly.
you have
And
to.
at least I'm giving them like maybe like a product that maybe they wouldn't mind wearing and they like, because I spend
Something
time
nice.
designing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Something nice and stuff. It's good
You
quality.
get nice material,
yeah, exactly.
right? I
Lasts a
bought so
long
many
time.
shirts
Yeah.
that just to like support different
Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah.
But if the material's shitty,
Yeah, yeah.
like sometimes you get like a t-shirt where it's
Yeah.
like a really thick, heavy,
Right.
and we live in Taiwan,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
in 10 minutes
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thing's gonna be soaked.
Yeah, so
right?
So
just
you
have
need
something that's nice, breathable. I love that.
100%.
It's beautiful, man. I
Yeah.
think it's great. I think we covered a lot of stuff.
Awesome, man.
I think.
Thank
man.
you.
Do you have anything you want to end it up with? If anybody's thinking about, kind of like coming to Taiwan, or if they're thinking about maybe doing what you do, starting the channel, starting the influencer journey,
Well,
what's your advice for that?
I would encourage anyone trying to do anything, man. Just do it to the best of your ability and be different, be unique. The same thing, but try to stand out, innovate it, try to do something like at a higher level.
Yeah.
So we can push the world forward, especially, like if you're here, the foreigners.
Yeah.
Foreigners need to help each other.
Yes.
And I'm always gonna say that to the day I die. We shouldn't be separated. Like we should always just stick together, because as the song says, or the phrase, we all we got, and that's what it is. And that's really how I'm gonna end it. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, all of these things.
Okay.
And we're just starting. Going to be here for a long time. Lord's willing, God's willing, we're going to be here for a long time.
So we'll set it
right.
up 1 year from now. We'll come back and we'll do an update show.
Of course, let's do it.
Right on, brother.
Thank you for inviting me, man.
My pleasure.
All
My
right,
absolute
good.
pleasure to meet you.
Yes, man.
Thank you guys for watching the show.
Respect.
We will catch you guys next time in the description below. Don't forget to check out the Instagram page, and you'll have all the details there. Catch you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.